trouble in your eyes now, but I know there's always a way. From sunrise till dawn, I'll be here waiting. From sunrise till dawn, I'll never stop. I'll fix you up, make everything much smoother again. I'll fix you up, from sunrise till dawn, my friend. I'll fix you up, with these hands and heart so true. I'll fix you up, Daniel, I'll fix you up. The connections might be tangled, the power source has lost its spark, but every wire tells a story, and I can mend what's torn apart. From sunrise till dawn, I'll be here waiting. From sunrise till dawn, I'll never stop. I'll fix you up, make everything run smooth again. I'll fix you up, from sunrise till dawn, my friend. I'll fix you up, with these hands and heart so true. I'll fix you up, Daniel, I'll fix you up. When the current isn't flowing, when the signals disappear, I'll be here with tools and patience, make the static crystal clear. Every cable, every circuit, every problem that you bring, I'll restore what time has broken, make the whole world sing. So don't you worry about tomorrow, don't you stress about today. I've got maintenance for your troubles, and I'll chase them all away. I'll fix you up, make everything run smooth again. I'll fix you up, from sunrise till dawn, my friend. I'll fix you up, with these hands and heart so true. I'll fix you up, Daniel, I'll fix you up. Hey, Daniel, everything's good as new. Hey, Daniel, I'll fix you up for you.
Well, welcome. Today is Judge Stevens, another good judge. It looks like the Fleas got their case dismissed. And of course, they're gonna, it's gonna be the same thing. They're gonna keep going on there and keep harassing Jeremy. And I really don't know if I want to be a part of YouTube if YouTube lets garbage like that happen. I don't know. But let's get started with Judge Stevens. Let's make this bigger. Yes, I'm here. I'll be switching between chat and what I'm displaying, because I have to watch for ads so the ads don't get my channel struck. But I'm here, so.
All right. We're now calling 25 CR 225, the state of Texas versus Leon Damon Davis. That's you?
Yes.
Mr. Davis, with your attorney, Ms. Minaldi, and the state's prosecutors here, you are charged in this case with evading arrest or detention, and it is a state jail felony. You have paragraph 2, which shows at least four evading arrest or detention convictions. Thus, evading arrest, anytime you commit evading arrest, it becomes a state jail felony automatically. You are looking at no less than 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail, and the fine up to $10,000 can be assessed. Do you understand?
Yeah.
This last one was here in this court, right? In 2022, this last conviction?
That's what I have, Judge, from August of 2022. That one looks like it was a third-degree felony because it was with a vehicle.
Yeah. As you know, you are not eligible for probation here in front of a jury. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. What was the offer on this?
A
What
year
was,
state jail, Judge.
ma'am?
A year state jail.
Okay. So that's, when can we get this tried? Because that's off the table, right? You don't want that. You've decided not to do that, right?
The enhancement, I didn't get the enhancement. I thought you had to have like 3 evadings detention.
You got 3 evadings.
One in the motor vehicle.
You got them all with the motor vehicle.
Motor vehicle. I had one, and I just had one, and I had one.
You got 2. I'm sorry, you got 2 with motor vehicles.
Yeah, and I thought you had to have like it supposed to be 3
No,
evadings.
2. No. 2 gets you. Yep. That's the magic number. When you got 2 that priors in something, you kind of get stuck from here on. That's why it's a good idea not to do this, because it's automatic. It's like people who commit thefts. If they have 2 or more thefts, if they steal a pack of gun, it's a gum, which is what, 50 cents? It's a felony from here on the rest of their life. Then it's similar to evading arrest. The law's treating it the same way. And what do you want to do?
And one or trial, yeah.
Nobody likes that. I know. But you're looking at up to 2 years. You understand that?
Yeah.
And Judge, I've discussed his options with him. I've reviewed the media with him. We're just at an impasse in terms of discussions.
He's
in
got-
regard to
you've
that.
got- Well, almost 100 days credit on.
That's not.
Oh, that's not yours.
So, but I can look at it real quick, Judge, and see what he's got.
You know how much credit you had, but we're going to figure it out for you so that it's working. It's accurate the way you think it is. It could have been January 11th, right? So
That's correct, Judge.
You've been in custody since January 11th?
That's
Yeah.
Wait, Jim. June.
He has 113 days credit.
How can you do that? Have you been in constant or custody since January 11th when you were arrested? Oh, okay, that's it. That's why.
At least on accusation, Judge, and then
Rearrested.
rearrested. So actually,
June.
right.
In
So
June.
he's been in custody since June of 23rd of this year. Looks like he was in custody for 7 days before his accusation. So 113 plus 7.
Okay.
He's got.
All right.
20.
So where are we on this again? I think he's figuring out where he stands. Everybody's here. The prosecutor's here, the defense attorney, you. What are we going to do? You got an offer of 1 year. Is that what it is?
That's correct, Judge.
That,
And
you've
we've
talked to
tried
him about.
Yeah, and we've tried negotiations, and that's
What?
the hard offer. And I've
Okay.
spoken with
All
him
right.
about what.
He understands he can get credit for good time or being good
Yes, Judge.
behavior, and what's this is a quarter, not a half, right? He's looking at parole in a fourth, 25%.
I think
It's not an aggravated offense.
right, but I think state jail just calculates a little bit differently.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a fourth. I think.
Yeah, everybody knows what it is, but I'm not. I'm not
But
clear
I mean,
about
I've been through all of his media with him. I have had discussions with
Okay.
him, and anytime that I am attempting to advise legally, we come to an impasse.
Okay, all right, it's his
You can't
choice.
Continue.
You're looking at 2 years, and okay, and you're not eligible for probation here, so this is your choice. Okay. That's what you want. Set it for trial,
Good.
sir.
Yes. Yeah, good.
All right. I want to get this as soon as possible. I don't want him just sitting around in jail. Let's get this done one way or the other. Okay.
Understanding yesterday that he's requesting that I be released. I don't know if I'm fine to stay on if that's what you decide, but he has expressed to me that.
He's a fine lawyer. He wins cases. You can hire anybody you want, but you're not able to hire somebody, are you? Well, you get a competent lawyer, and she's competent. That's who you get. Do you want to continue to represent him?
It's his decision, Judge.
No, it's not. No, he can go hire anybody he wants, but the taxpayers' money is controlled by me, and he gets a competent attorney, which you are. But there are other competent attorneys too. But what do you want? You've talked to him. You think it'd be in the best interest of justice to replace him with somebody else?
I think so because
Then
we
it's,
cannot have conversations with each
Then
other.
that's done. You don't know who you're going to get, but it'll be somebody who's competent and they'll represent you. There aren't any deals. Let's get this to trial as soon as possible. The next person on the list, get him represent, and let's move forward. Thank you. I've got John Dixon.
Yes, Judge. He also wants his case set for trial.
Yeah, now. What's the offer on this?
Half of 10.
Look at it and see what.
It's going to end up being a cap of 20 here in a minute.
Yes.
All right, come on up. 24 CR 2417. You are John Dixon,
That's it.
and you were charged with a second-degree felony of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. If convicted, it carries with it up to 20 years in prison, and also parole if convicted and sentenced to imprisonment. You will not be paroled until you have served one half of your sentence. Do you understand? Due to the deadly weapon allegation here. What are we going to do? Yeah, Miss Minaldi is your attorney.
He wishes to set his case for trial.
Okay, is he eligible for probation?
He is, Judge.
Oh, yes, is he?
He's eligible for potentially deferred from you if we would have proceeded with the cap of 10. But he's also eligible for straight probation from a jury.
Hmm.
He doesn't have any prior criminal history.
The victim in this case, y'all talk to him, I guess, and he's wants to move forward. Sometimes that doesn't happen, and that's why I don't want this time is so valuable. I don't want. Sometimes people do things and they don't help. But y'all are ready, willing and able with the okay. Then it'll be set for trial, and this one looks. We can try it very quickly. Let's move this fast. Okay, you're going to represent him?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, good deal. Thank you. That's all. We'll set it for trial. Devontae Huff?
Judge, can we reset him to a interview hearing docket, please? That was Ms. Staub's case. I have not had an opportunity to reach out.
Bring him out. We're going to do the MTRP hearing. Give him what he needs to know about so we don't wait. We can make a decision here, but I don't want to start over in 2 or 3 weeks. I'd rather pick up where we are so he knows this delay stuff is just killing us on back in the house and the jail. He's got 2 cases,
He
right?
is, Judge.
Are they both MTLP?
They are.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You're Mr. Huff?
Yes, ma'am.
Got you on 2 cases here, sir. 24 CR 155, 24 CR 169. Who's on this?
It was Ms. Staub. I don't think another prosecutor has been.
Just like me, yes.
Okay. Look at you.
I'll be missed out since she shot me.
Each of these cases are motions to revoke unadjudicated probation. You're charged with state jail felonies of criminal mischief. It looks like you were placed on probation for up to 5 years. On December 2nd, and he's already pleaded true.
Yes, we were here once before, Judge, and he was reinstated because there was a significant amount of restitution involved in the cases. And now we're back here again.
They locked me up for trespassing one. That's why I'm in jail. I went here for a motion to revoke. They locked me up for
Do
trespassing.
y'all need to amend this motion?
I don't know, Judge. I have not looked at it.
It does need to be amended. Judge, there has not been a first.
Okay, so
amendment
there's
filed.
there's a substantive offense that's come along, allegedly.
There's subsequent allegations. I'm not sure if it's a substantive offense, but
But we put him on probation.
in December of 2024,
I'm talking about this allegation true in June. What did I find then? What was my resolvement on this?
you reinstated his probation.
Okay, that's done. What happened subsequent to that?
I don't know. I don't have a new motion to revoke probation filed.
He failed to report, Your Honor. He hasn't reported since continued on probation.
Okay,
It's my
Uh,
understanding.
yeah, I have
he
my-
absconded.
you're interrupting.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But I'm a lawyer too.
Is that just a smart aleck comment,
No, that's
or
not.
just
No, sir.
you're going to step over me
No, sir.
all the time, the whole time?
No, sir.
Shh.
Yes,
You're
sir.
going to get a chance to speak, but the lady has to put down everything as the court reporter. And when two people are speaking, she can't do it. That means somebody gets in trouble. All right. Okay. So the motion sounds like another motion to revoke probation needs to be filed.
And it seems like I have some motions that I need to file as well, Judge.
All right, then
Seems like.
can y'all do that in 2 weeks, everybody? So this man knows what direction he's going to be heading in?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Please.
All right, that's what we're going to do. See you back in 2 weeks, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, here. McCarrick Kirkwood.
He's a plea.
McCarrick. McCarrick Kirkwood. You need to see him, right?
I do.
I do.
Yes, absolutely.
Mr. Kirkwood, this lady needs to swear you in on some things so we can get this taken care of. Please see her. Thank you.
So please raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth and the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Okay, get your right thumb front. Okay, place it flat right there. Okay, you can get up one more time. Right there. You're gonna say, "Moved up."
And we now call cause number 25 CR 714, the state of Texas. Is it McCarrick? Is that okay? McCarrick Kirkwood, present with Ms. Nowdy, his attorney and the state's attorney. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of this indictment charging him with the third-degree felony of deadly conduct? And can we proceed in summary?
Yes, Judge.
In summary, sir, this indictment alleges that on or about May 5th, 2025, in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the third-degree felony of deadly conduct by discharging a firearm in the direction of a habitation. Do you understand what you were charged with here, sir?
Yes, sir.
This is a third-degree felony if convicted, which means you face no less than 2, no more than 10 years confinement in prison, and a fine up to $10,000 can be assessed. Do you understand the punishment range that's applicable?
Yes, sir.
An agreement's been reached where you would be pleading guilty, placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation, which can be up to 10 years in length. You do well, and it gets closed out early in a third of the time. Another case, 25 CR 1289 will be dismissed. What is that?
It's a
misdemeanor.
on the.
Oh, okay.
Weapon, Judge.
And then you've got this Glock 19 that was involved here. This is going to be forfeited as part of this agreement to the state. Is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes,
And it
sir.
was a $500 fine also on this deferred or unadjudicated probation. If I follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead in this case? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily? That is on your own free will and because you are guilty. Yes.
Yes, sir.
I'll show you what's marked as State's Exhibit 1 here. Did you sign that document voluntarily? Understand it, discuss it with your attorney, or the contents all true and correct. State's Exhibit 1 tendered into evidence
objection.
without objection, it's admitted. Among other things, State's Exhibit 1 states that you are mentally competent to enter your guilty plea. It's freely and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. The indictment's been read to you. You vote it. You are guilty of the crime charged in any lesser included offenses. You are giving up your rights to a jury trial and the rights to the appearance, confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses. You were totally satisfied with the representation provided by your lawyer. All of this is true, so help you God. John West is on the YouTube, and his tie is showing. This is, you understand all of this to be true and correct, sir, in State's Exhibit 1. State's Exhibit 1 is made a part of the record for all purposes. Is a pre-sentence report waived here?
Yes, Judge.
All right. If nothing further, I'm going to follow this agreement. McCarrick, anything you want to add? All right. If nothing further, I'm going to find you are pleading guilty voluntarily. You're mentally competent to do so. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading guilty. There's sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from State's Exhibit 1 admitted here to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. But I'm not going to find you guilty. I'm going to place you on deferred or unadjudicated probation. This will be up to 10 years in length. You will be fined $500. You do well, it will be shortened. There's a Glock 19 that is described in this plea agreement. That will be forfeited. I guess that was recovered from you during an arrest or search of some kind. Also, there's another case pending, 25 CR 1289. That case will be dismissed as part of this agreement. Anything else we missed on? Yes. You're going to see the probation officer here in just a moment. He will go over all these terms and conditions of probation. Do well. It's in your best interest. You become a better person. And this gets shortened. You don't get a conviction. If you fail, your case could be revoked. You could be found guilty then and sentenced up to 10 years in prison. And then that comes with all kinds of problems. This alleges that you discharged a firearm at or in the direction of a habitation. The use of a firearm in the commission of an offense, if convicted, will affect your parole poorly. It has a negative effect on it. You understand? So move on with your life and do better. Okay. All right. Please see that nice man. We'll see you. Thank you. Do well. Yes, sir.
I can't wait.
Counterclockwise. Thank you. In summary, this motion to revoke probation states that on June 24th, 2019, in this court, you were placed on 10 years deferred or unadjudicated probation for assault on a public servant. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Count two. Okay, hold on. I was just who the public servant was. Was it a police officer? Oh, a jailer.
Yes, sir.
Those are important people. 2 states you failed to provide verification of performing community service hours as directed by the court. And from probation, where are we on how many community service hours? Oh, thank you very much, sir. Did we perform here?
20 hours in 6 years.
Okay. Not much. Nice. Well, community service is very important, and it's the difference between successful and unsuccessful handling of your problem. So You have failed to provide verification of performing community service hours. Is that true?
Yes.
And that's in violation of condition 18 of your community deferred unadjudicated probation, where you were required to do that. Number one, the burglary of a habitation, was something filed on that formally?
Yes, sir. And
And is
I'll
that-
dismiss. I'll send it to you. You should have it in your queue.
Okay. And as far as fees are concerned, which are important, that's the way defendants, among other things, take care of their responsibility. But you had a fine of $500 that you were required to pay, supervisory fees of $60 a month, post-sentencing investigation fee is $500, other fees, and then maintenance. You have to, that supervision fees accrues at $60 a month. So we're talking about $720 a year over time. This motion to revoke probation states as of June, months ago, you were in arrears $6,453 for fees. Can you tell me in almost 6.5 years, which is like 80 months, how much has she paid toward any of these fees?
$743.
Mhm. Okay. All right. So that comes out to about $10 a month. Nice. Hardly anything. It's obvious that from the outset here, you didn't have your mind in the game. So let's see what we're going to do. There's an agreement that has been reached, I guess, huh?
No, sir. We're just dismissing the agreement was to dismiss the new case. That's it.
How much time does she have to do this? That's important to know. This is a third-degree felony. As you know, if your probation is revoked and you're found guilty, you are looking at no less than 2, no more than 10 years confinement in prison. What is, while we're waiting, what's the state asking for, requesting, and what's the defense say? Go ahead, state.
Judge, just talking to the probation officer, it doesn't appear that Ms. Dugas is taking this serious. She's just not been doing community service. She's not paying. She doesn't seem to be really doing everything she can do to make up for what she did as far as committing the offense. I don't at this time think it's going to do any good to place her in prison, but I do think she needs to know the seriousness of this. So maybe she needs to do some weekends in jail or something to just kind of get her attention, to let us know we're serious about this probation. This is not just something she can do and get away with it without actually towing the line and doing what you've ordered her to do.
Go ahead.
Well,
From
I'm
defense, Mr. Hughes.
I agree with the state that this doesn't warrant revoking her probation, sending her to prison. I think whatever sanctions the court feels is appropriate
Like what?
to get her attention. Yeah.
It's been 6.5 years. She's not, you're going to have a chance to be heard. Don't interrupt. Yeah, I look at this objectively as the state does. I haven't even heard from the probation office, but I know what's going to happen. I know what she's going to say because there was a memo that was sent in, but you didn't take this seriously. Everybody else seems to. We have 5,000 people on probation at any given time. And 95% of them are successful. 95, almost 95%. And we're very proud of that. We wished it was 100%. But there's some like you who just don't buy into the game of helping themselves be the best they can be. And these are shown. Now, they just missed a new crime, but I know what's behind that too. I mean, you shouldn't even be charged with a crime on my watch. That's just terrible. But the way you fix things are these other, not just refraining from committing crimes, but the community service hours and paying your fees. Those are the only other things really, other than be a good person. All those terms and conditions kind of fall into this is what you can do to pay back to society for your mistake, which you didn't do.
I don't show that reporting has been a problem.
Sir?
I don't show that reporting has been a problem.
Well, community service hours is where you get put back. I mean, she shows up, but she doesn't do anything. She shows up. So I'm here. Can I go home now? I mean, there's no progress. What have you done in probation that is a progress that has made the community and the world and yourself better? That's what I don't think. What do you say?
Well, I know I haven't been paying because.
You haven't been doing anything. You haven't done community service hours, hardly anything. But if you can't pay, I understand. But still, everybody can do something. I'm not going to bore you with the day I turned 16. I went to work at 3 a.m. at 80 cents an hour, but it wasn't that hard because I wanted to be independent and I wanted to make something of my life. Here, I mean, let's get back to you assaulted a a public servant of all people. I mean, what lady assaults other people, much less a gentleman? But there you are. And then there's nothing these are the kinds of things that show that you really want to fix, atone, and do better. But you're not showing it. Tell me, what have you done in 6.5 years that has made the world a better place?
Take care of my kids. I barely get paid for this. I can't really just get a job because there's assault on my
I can't hear you.
background. I said it's hard for me to get a job with this assault on my background.
You haven't been convicted of anything.
I know, but it's hard for me when they do background checks, they're hindering me from getting.
I've got numerous people on deferred or unadjudicated probation that don't have problems getting jobs. I mean, nobody seems to. You're on deferred. You haven't been found guilty. You're presumed innocent. I mean, they may not want you to work for them, but most of the 5,000 probationers have jobs and are doing fine. They're not prevented from getting a job. But you weren't doing that, but you could have done some community service. But you didn't. From probation. All right. Would you summarize for me this lady's performance?
She does report, but she
What
doesn't
else?
really work probation.
She doesn't report. She's going to go to prison. But what about? What is it? Or I sense a frustration here. What about the community service? What have we done to try to get her to do something that makes the community, that puts back into the community for the mistakes she made? Mm-hmm.
Well, I told her prior to us coming here to just work some community service because she doesn't have a job right now. But
6.5 years, did she have a job during the time? 72 months?
She had a job before this charge, the new one.
Doing what?
Flagging at a refinery.
Okay. So 6.5 years goes by. What is anything? No job?
I
Well,
have
she works at home. I mean, she's got a family. How many children?
3. 1, 2,
What? And the father, what does he do? Ma'am?
And one of my first baby's father, he's in prison. So
The father of your first child is in prison. Your first two are, he's in prison. What about the bad choice in guys there, huh?
it's like
What about the other father?
he don't.
He did.
He don't.
Okay. From probation, tell me, what do you think?
Um, I think we can put in some sanctions to help her motivate her to work probation.
Really? You're gonna have to be creative. Because 6.5 years have gone by and this is it. The sum total is nothing. Children, but a broken family. No community service, no job. I mean, we're starting from ground zero. But a lot of people do, and then move up to the high rise. Okay, now let's see. All right. What is, okay, help me on state. I know this is dismissed. I'm looking at the administrative hearing here, and this states that the defendant allegedly committed the offense of burglary of a habitation, entered the victim's residence without consent and violently assaulted the occupants of the house.
According to the co-defendants and a video provided to one of the other prosecutors, who's in this case, Mr. Ham, there's two girls that were involved in the altercation. The defendant went in to go get the one out or get the other two out. We're going to break things up a little. Give her the benefit of the doubt since the other two both stated she was not involved in the altercation.
The defendant. Okay. But this finding is wrong. Entered the residence without consent and violently assaulted the occupants of the house. That's wrong.
The occupants are saying that she did, but the co-defendants are all both saying that she did not. The two of them that have already pled to it are the ones that committed the offense.
Was she with them?
She was with them. She should have been present where crime was being committed. It's a violation of her probation, but she, according to them, she was not part of the assault.
She's on probation.
Yes, sir. I understand that, Judge.
Okay.
I read over the file really hard before I made that decision. Yes, sir. So,
All right. Anything else? We're going to find that there is sufficient evidence supporting this motion to revoke unadjudicated probation to grant it by preponderance of the evidence or greater. I find the defendant has pleaded true to the allegation to voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently. That is enough to grant this motion to revoke probation. Find you guilty and sentence you to 10. How's that sinking in? Good. Yeah. Well, that's what you've earned by your behavior. I'm going to defer those formally revoking and finding her guilty. I will continue her on probation, but I don't want to see any return until we come back and say, hey, she's completed probation successfully. You assault another person, shame on you. You're not role modeling the children that you say you love. You're going in, you're in somebody's home and there's a scuffle going on, whether you're involved or not. Why aren't you taking care of your problems and your children? not being involved in assaults that you're on probation for. I mean, that's number one, it's not ladylike, and it's number two, it's not a good role model for the child. That they deal with their problems by
What do you think?
assaulting each other. You've got to set an example. Obviously, the fathers of the children are poor examples. It's up to you. Those children are going to do just what their parent does, the person that's most influential to them. And that's going to be you, because the fathers obviously are worthless. You need to make better choices in guys too. They're good guys out there.
Are we dismissing the MTRP and letting her just
No.
continue? Or are we holding it in
No.
advance for a while?
It's going to continue.
Okay.
And is there anything you need to do the work that you're not doing, and that is the community service? If you can't pay fees, you can't go to jail because you're unable to pay and you're trying. As long as you try. But on something for community service, and is there something we can do for community service that will help this particular lady, her needs and her issues concerning assaultive behavior and thoughts? What can we do to put her in a position that she is she's doing something that is promoting peace? Can we think of something? Y'all are very creative about that, but we're going to continue the terms of probation. And if there are other things we can do to help her where she can continue to take care of the family and be a good role model and do something that is peace loving rather than assaultive, then that's what we want. We'll continue. Well, I want to review it in 6 months, see how you're doing. But failure is not an option here. Your children don't need you in prison, right? Get a resetting. And we actually have Ms. Dugas. It was on 2 cases. There was also a burglary of habitation, right? That you're on, and it's the same.
No, sir.
Oh, that's a new case. That's the one I'm dismissing.
Oh, this is going to be.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. I sent the dismissal to you.
Yeah, that was just filed in June. Okay.
Yes, sir. You should have that
So,
tablet.
that case, Don, and Ms. Dugas, that case is dismissed, okay? 728 is the one.
You're the one specific.
Right, I know. I wrote this out before it was dismissed, so I crossed it out next time.
Okay.
Right.
It is.
Okay. Next is looks like Jason Nix and Cation Christopher has been reset. Then I go to Angela Bell.
Yes. No, if you have any work, we're going to go ahead and put it on the child back, so I'm not sure we're going to resolve it unless I'm kind of working to find some witnesses. See, bro. I noticed the age of the case, so.
Hold on.
Ryan,
Tablets enough. It's one of those days, folks.
I am with this more trying to get it moved, but as far as the court, it's been focusing on the child.
All right. I've got Angela Bell here, 24 CR 1079. The defendant has been indicted a year and a half ago for the 3rd-degree felony of obstruction or retaliation. This carries with it up to 10 years in prison before complaint filed charges against Bell. Complainant received a video showing that Bell was making threats to assault her due to her filing charges against Bell. Oh, this is the complainant. Okay. She was assaulted by Bell, struck her in the face and head numerous times. What's this? Why a year and a half?
I've had like too much, Judge.
Well, who had it and didn't do anything with it before? Who was your attorney before?
Mr. Davis, Mr. Groves.
I'm sorry?
Mr. Groves Davis.
Wait, do you ever run into this lady, Brittany Franklin?
We lived in the same apartment.
No, since this indictment.
No.
Because if you contact her or
so.
if you contact her or somebody else on your behalf contacts her, your bond will be revoked and you'll sit this out in jail until we can get this done. Nobody influences or intimidates or tries to communicate with a complainant except the lawyers, okay? Don't do that or anyone on your behalf unless it's your attorney, because that would be catastrophic. We're having problems with that lately. And those people are going to jail and sitting in jail. And we can't tolerate that. People manipulating behind the scenes, trying to influence and intimidate people. Now, this is long enough. This is way too long. What are we going to do? What was the offer on this?
5 years deferred is what I saw.
Deferred or unadjudicated probation?
Yeah.
But that initially it was just deferred. So the numbers, I think this is more is added the numbers. So
What was
That's what I was in the
okay.
file.
let me ask you, was this one, was this woman actually harmed in any way, or is it just threats?
Judge, the allegation is he was hitting them out, basically.
He was hitting them out. Did something happen? Did he lose a tooth or something?
Nope, I don't believe she's.
Was there any damage?
That's what she's saying, that there's a scrape on her chin and then maybe some ulcerations on the inside of her lip.
It says struck in her face and head numerous times, causing pain and injury, but that's all it states. I don't know what, did we lose a tooth? Did we have stitches?
I haven't heard anything additional about tooth or stitches, Judge. I just saw the pain.
Can you find out?
There were no stitches, there was no tooth loss.
Can we find out what the exact
Yes, sir.
cause of damage was? I want everybody back in a couple of weeks, on, see if something like this can be worked out if the injuries were not serious, okay?
We also believe that it may not have happened, but that's another story.
Okay, well, I mean, if it didn't happen, nobody gets forced into anything, but the grand jury sure got tricked.
No, it's lower standard.
No, that's. No, we don't even go there. I mean, somebody presented something in good faith to the grand jury. If they didn't, let me know, and I'll take care of it. But if it was, let's don't play gamesmanship. Come on. The facts are facts, and I'd like to know what it is, but that grand jury doesn't get tricked by the DA's office. DA's office acts honored. Or they wouldn't have the reputation. 2 weeks, okay, we're seeing what that is.
We just want to make sure that her child has to go to the heart doctor on, I think, December 2nd.
And the team.
Well, let's don't do it on that.
Yeah, so I'm just making sure the court was aware of it.
Okay, Michael Johnson.
Okay.
Michael Johnson, this next, John. You know what? I have a couple of dismissals here. I've got Dugas, 25 CR 72A. Should Dugas, that hasn't been dismissed. Hunter Chappelle, I'm dismissing that as well today.
Thank you, sir.
In that case. I gave her right. Stay today. It's kind of fun. Just for review. That's being
Get out of this. You asked for us to be for me to see what we think the options were.
Yeah.
Okay. I did.
Okay, Hunter Chappelle, that case
Makes my job easier.
17-28063, 10 years ago. Yeah, it is dismissed. And also, I have case Sheena Miller, 24 CR 2.53. This, I like this dismissal a lot better than that other one. That's spacing. There was no spaces to write. I don't know how those. Yeah, I don't know how we did two different versions. So
I don't know. We have to put our bar number on the ones when we dismiss the TRPs. We don't on the ones we dismiss regular cases. This is
All right, here's this one. Wait a minute. I'm gonna do that because it's
Yeah.
trying to bite me. And now we have 23 CO 1765, the state of Texas versus Michael Johnson Jr. earlier here in last week. You were here and it's pleaded true to allegation 1 and 2. Committing the offense of evading arrest or detention on or about April 1st of this year, and also on that day committing the offense of resisting arrest in this state's in violation of your probation order of May 15th, 2024, where you were sentenced 2 years in the state jail, probated for 5 years for unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. Today, what are we here to do?
Your Honor, I think last week we were talked about getting him into ISF, and I think you requested the probation department to prepare new orders or amendment to the orders. So,
And where are we?
Okay, so I spoke to the mental health officer as well, because that's where we had played,
Yes, ma'am.
supposed to place him. So I have on my amendment here, I have that he be placed on the mental health initiative caseload. That one is more forensic.
Okay.
So that one's a closer monitoring. He'll get a case manager that he'll meet with once or twice a month.
Okay.
And he'll work through like a management book that helps him with budgeting, all that kind of stuff, and help him understand his diagnosis. I also want to put him in MRT, which is the mental recognition therapy class, because I think he needs something
Okay.
to help with that.
Those will be amendments to his probation.
I also think that we should place him on DROP, which is our random drug testing for the next 6 months,
Okay.
to help with that. And then I also said he needs to be placed on zero tolerance, because I think that'll also help as well. He's already done ISF. He's successfully completed.
Failure's not an option.
Yeah.
No problems. I hear one problem, they're going to come to me.
Yes, sir.
And then we'll pick up where we left off. And it's this quick. I've already made the findings. I would make these 2 statements. The motion to revoke probation is granted. You were sentenced to up to 2 years. 2 sentences. That's all that's between you and you going to prison, but it's really what's between you and going to prison is your actions, not mine. It's yours. So we've horsed around long enough with you. Do the right thing. What do you want to do with your life? I mean, to make the world a better place and you a better person, what do you want to do? What would you like to do? What you have skills, I bet everybody has a gift. Our creator gave everyone a gift of something. What is it that you're real good at? And that's what you do. You find what you're good at and you like to do it and then do it, and then the world's a better place. What is it? Sir?
build stuff, construction.
Good.
There's a lot of that work out there.
But we can help him with job searches and stuff in the office as well. That we get a lot of people sending us like, oh, that we need people. So we can also recommend those to him as well.
You'll be a builder of good things. Plus, a builder of a good life. Here, you're gonna have to sign these. I've signed them, and I want to review in 6 months. Okay, how he's doing? Thank you. Anything else? We're in recess. All right, let's get ready for trial. Thank you. Thank you. Case view, Ada, I'm case viewing. I'm in a case view.
Let me get this at work. See it.
I usually come meeting Thursday nights.
No, that's great. I'm gonna post not.
All right.
Thank you.
So our recess, we'll bring the jury in. Let's get the trial. Thanks you very much. Stand by.
We promise a tenfold refund if it doesn't work. Traditional dentures can but this
Morning, morning, huh?
You might need to thank me. I sneeze by nature. Nature doesn't want to
He
sneeze.
needs to sign it.
Oh, my bad. Pardon.
We now call cause number 24. CR 1673, the state of Texas versus Demarion Dwayne Kelly. That's you?
Yes, sir.
With your attorney, Mr. Adams, and the state's attorney. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of the indictment
Yes, sir.
and the arraignment here? Can we proceed in a summary?
Yes, sir.
Stefan? In summary, this indictment alleges that on or about March 30th of last year, 2024, in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the state jail felony of theft. Do you understand what you are charged with here? A state jail felony means if convicted, you face confinement in a state jail for any term of not less than 180 days or more than 2 years. In addition, a fine may be assessed not to exceed $10,000. Do you understand the punishment rate, sir?
Yes, sir.
An agreement has been reached. Whoa, that was close.
You said it was close, huh?
Yeah, boy, on the restitution, that would have been a third-degree felony for another 1,000 loss. Just I'm up to number 2 here along with this unable to understand the DW. If convicted of a state jail felony, I told you what the punishment range was. And in this case, an agreement has been reached where you would be sentenced to 2 years in a state jail. That would be suspended. You would be placed on regular probation for 5 years. Most important thing is you got to pay this money back. Whatever happened to the items here? I'm asking you. Where are they?
The person that used me to rent the stuff, they sold it, I guess. And I didn't realize that till later. So what was going on?
Oh, so you're not guilty?
I'm not saying that. He's guilty.
I am, but
He worked with us.
Yeah, I am, but doesn't get it, sir. You're either guilty or not guilty in this room. I'm not guilty, but no, you're either guilty or not guilty. If you're not guilty, we'll have a trial. That's what we'll do and let a jury decide. They don't give probation.
those go to jail.
No, I just, look, you're hedging. You're hedging. You're charged with theft. You're not going to trick me or try to deceive me. You may try to deceive others here, but no, I've got my hand on my wallet at all times here, keeping it safe. Sir, you're being a smart aleck, is what you're being, sir. I've asked you what happened to this. What I want is the people to be paid back for their loss. If you have the item, I want you to give it back to them, whatever it is you rented.
It's heavy equipment.
Whatever, I'm still unclear. Where did it go? You give it back to them, you don't have to pay restitution.
He said it was sold.
You sold it to somebody?
Sell it. The person that went to jail for it, so
There was two people involved.
I was used to use my ID to rent the machine. And I didn't realize till later that what I was doing was totally wrong. Uncle, I don't know if Beaumont picked him up or whoever picked him up, but he's currently in jail for it now.
Who?
Uncle.
You want to know his name?
Oh, Jerome Daniel.
Did he get charged?
Yes, sir.
Is that in my court?
I don't know.
Jerome Daniel?
Look him up.
Last name is Daniel.
Daniel.
That's your heart.
I'm not seeing it either.
That don't work, try Jerome Terry Denton. So,
ERRY.
yes, ma'am.
What does the state have in your file on evidence in this case?
Brandon, we have the contract from JAC Rentals where this equipment was.
May I see that? What else do you have in there?
An offense report, photos of the materials.
Mhm. Driver's license? Worst thing you can do is attempt to mislead me or stand up here during any process that we handle in this court and make a false statement. That would be the worst thing you could do. And I'm going to find out if you did that or not. Because it's somebody else who used your ID is what you've told me.
Yes, sir.
We'll see, because they say it was you in this affidavit.
Yeah, they're making it.
It's not a debate. I'm gonna, just let me get the information and. Your story is you had no knowledge that somebody else was going to use your ID and rip this, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So quite naturally, you got indicted by the grand jury for no reason. Let's see how that plays out. Because the worst thing you can do is get caught in a lie in front of me. What's his bond? Because false statements to this court are crimes.
Yeah, 5,000.
Your Honor, I have the contract with his contact information, but I'm not seeing a copy of his driver's license.
Give me your driver's license.
Oh, it's in the car.
Go get it.
Do you have media?
Yeah, I do have media.
And come right back, or else a warrant will be issued for your arrest. Thank you. I don't know. You might want to talk to him because he's digging a hole.
Let me go outside. Well, he's coming back. You want to keep this case?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's not, I'm not letting him get out
Because
of
I didn't see
your sight.
I didn't see a driver's license in the discovery, but maybe it is. I don't know.
I'm not.
I didn't see it.
I'm seeing name, phone number, email, address, last 4 digits of the credit card.
You heard what he said. What do you have to show me to refute what he's saying, that he had nothing to do with this and it was somebody else using his ID?
Issue. So I was at their I was actually looking at this morning in the first system. Entirely different. But the kids saw the change that. If it's a problem, it's actually excited. So those are the signs and then. The conference check to prevention. You get some media on down here, how on the back.
Huh?
Guys, let's look at it this way. We're already outside of 10 days. Let's look at it and see if we can get it in and hey. The presence and impression of saying. Wait a 3 months. So. Yeah, he's ready to get you out.
Yeah, they've got, this is the same one they have a copy of. They used, this was your ID that the state had. That's the same one. That's you.
I just don't like that. We're trying to check on the media, judge, see if there's any videos of the transaction. Give us some minute. App.
I didn't mind.
She has a copy of his ID already.
Oh,
They have a copy of it.
It was in the box?
Yes, it's
It's the same. It's the same
in the
ID
discovery,
that
and it's
that was used, and that's the one that was
the
used.
driver's license.
He was in there. That was him,
as well.
not somebody else. That was him.
Are you accepting responsibility?
Yes, I was just letting them know that that's all.
No, you were letting me know you weren't guilty of this crime. It was somebody else's fault. You didn't know what was going on. That's what you. I'm sorry.
You gotta accept responsibility.
Okay.
Did you do it or not, sir? Did you go in there and
Yes.
rent this thing?
Yes, I will.
So why would you have said otherwise to me? Why would you have said it was somebody else? My goodness. First thing to fix any mess is to be honest about it. Don't compound the problem. All you did was throw gas on a fire that he's trying to put out. Yeah. The agreement that has been reached here is that you would be pleading guilty, sentenced to 2 years in the state jail. That would be suspended. You would be placed on regular probation for 5 years, ordered to pay restitution in the amount of $29,000. Is that your understanding of the plan here?
Yes, sir.
If I follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand? How do you plead to this, guilty or not guilty? I didn't hear. Are you pleading guilty voluntarily and because you are guilty? I'll show you what's marked here as States Exhibit 1. You just sign that document voluntarily, understand it, discuss it with your attorney, or the contents all true and correct?
That's your signature, is what he's asking.
Is
Yes,
everything true and correct with it?
yes.
States Exhibit 1 is tendered into
No objection.
without objection. And among other things, this states you are mentally competent to enter your guilty plea. It's freely and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. Your indictment's been read to you, or you've read it. You are guilty of the crime charged in any lesser included offenses. You are giving up your rights to a jury trial and the rights to the appearance, confrontation, cross-examination, and this is, you were totally satisfied with the representation provided by your lawyer. All of this is true, so help you God. States Exhibit 1 is moved into evidence without objection.
No objection.
It is granted and allowed and admitted. Pre-sentence report is hereby waived.
Yes, yes, sir. That we
If nothing further to add, I'm going to follow this agreement. I'm going to find Mr. Kelly, you are pleading guilty voluntarily. You're mentally competent to do so. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading guilty. There's sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea from States Exhibit 1 admitted here to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, and I am following this agreement. I find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of the state jail felony. You were hereby sentenced to confinement in the state jail for 2 years. That term of confinement is suspended. You were placed on regular probation for 5 years. There will be terms and conditions of probation which you must follow. Failure to follow these can result in revocation of your probation, and you can be placed into the state jail up to 2 years. The most important term, the two important terms: don't commit any more crimes. Number one. Number two, pay these people back. You must pay $29,000. How are you going to do that? Do you have a job now?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
Warehouse ops.
Okay. How much do you make an hour there? I'm sorry?
$15.
That's about $30,000. Do you have a family at home, or is it just you that you take care of?
This means
Okay. How much are you able to pay per month toward this restitution? This $29,000. That's not going to happen overnight. What can you pay per month?
We said 100.
Okay.
Got you.
You know how long that would take? 23 years. Is that how long you want to be on probation? You have to speak up. She can't put a nod or a shaking of the head. No, you have to speak up. We got to communicate here. Is $100 the most you can do?
200.
Can you? No. Don't put more than you can. Don't stick your neck. If you fail to pay in this, you made a mess. You're trying to fix it. Don't make it worse. What's realistic? 200? 200 is realistic. That's still, that's 2,400 a year.
Yeah.
And at 29, that's still 10 years or 12 years.
That's so cool.
It's a start. All right, what else? Anything else from the parties?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
All right, please see this lady. She's going to go over all the terms and conditions of probation. You will begin probation. Thank you.
Right here.
CR 1043 is now called the State of Texas versus Logan James Burrell. That's you?
Yes, sir.
Present with Mr. West, your attorney and the state's attorney. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of the indictment and the arraignment? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, Your Honor, please.
In summary, this indictment alleges that on or about March 21st, 2023, in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the state jail felony of burglary of a building. Do you understand what you were charged with here, sir?
Yes, sir.
I don't have the paperwork yet.
I did it.
This is a state jail felony, which means you are facing no less than 180 days, up to 2 years in the state jail, and a fine up to $10,000 can be assessed. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
5 years deferred with restitution.
The agreement that's been reached is that you would be pleading guilty, sentenced, placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation up to 5 years in length. Restitution is owed in the amount of
3,000, that's exact.
It says $5,675 to Hampshire Finette Independent School District. There's $20 to the principal Rayburn of Hampshire Finette, which I've got this all with probation. There we have it. $5 to Principal Ashman of Hampshire Finette, and a restitution of $100 for a $50 stopwatch and $50 cash to Coach Carter of Hampshire Finette Independent School District. They went through and destroyed some things and stole some things, cash and.
why?
Yeah.
Don't shake your head. Did the devil consume you or something? You were out of your mind?
That's what I gave them their money back. I got the money back from the kid.
Say that again?
I got their money back from that kid. That's what he went through their desk and took all their stuff.
There was another co-defendant, instead of the kid, there was another co-defendant. That's why he was.
Exactly. Cool.
But I gave him.
Did you commit a crime or not?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. You're responsible. They say there's a loss. And when there's a loss, it doesn't matter who has it in their pocket. Both of you are equally responsible for paying it back.
Yes.
What happened to the other one?
The other defendant is, we looked up earlier, apparently he's had an active file for the last 2 years. He got arrested in May and is on the announcement docket for August 5th.
In here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it's in here. I didn't see which court it's in. Either here or next door, but yeah, he's on the docket. So there's, he's coming through the system. Won't be, soon. But my client, as soon as he found out I had a arrest warrant with him.
The odds are high on that one.
I saw that.
The betting line is going strong right now in Las Vegas, if you know what I mean, on how that's going to turn out. The total amount of loss in this was what? The total amount.
Well, we've got $5,675 to Hampshire Finette. We've got 20 to principal, 5 to principal, and 100 to coach. So
579.
Definitely my math right. 5790.
yeah,
See a picture of the band. Otherwise, he's not.
No.
Just
Yeah.
57.9,
No, wait a minute. I'm at.
Oh, but he's
56.
his other client on today's docket. So
58.
So that he didn't have to come to court.
5,800 even?
And then
5675 plus 25 will make 5700 plus 700, 800. Yeah.
he was fraud, then it's
You said that so fast, I didn't catch it. What's your final answer?
It's 5675 plus 20 plus 5, which that's 25.
Yes, yeah,
So-
that's an easy
so
one. That's 57.
5675, so that's 57 and then plus another 100. 5800, yeah.
How much have you paid back? You don't know?
Nothing yet.
I thought you said you paid it back.
No,
I got it. Whenever the police showed up, talked to him or whatever, he admitted the crime, gave him the information. He gave a bunch of items and some money back and some stuff that he had. He did give some stuff back. That's what he's saying. Yeah.
So what's our plan with the other defendant?
Same thing.
Well, how do they,
Yeah.
how are we going to do the restitution?
Well, you always say, and it is the law, jointly and severally liable.
Yeah, yeah.
If his co-defendant pays back some, he gets credit for it.
Okay, you're both going to be responsible for $5,800. That doesn't mean you both pay 5,800 and then that's 11,600 that goes to school. They get 5,800 somehow. You're going to be responsible for it. He's responsible, and I'll just work this out on through the probation. But what's fair is each of you who are equally culpable pay a half. But
Yeah.
that's not, the law says if one person doesn't, you're still doesn't pay or is unable to pay, you're still stuck for the whole amount as well as he is. But those who don't pay in a different way. And it's not.
I'll explain to him. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So you're going to be ordered to pay 5,800, but we will work this out through probation, and do whatever it takes so that each of you pay an equal share. But under the law, you're both going to have $5,800. Your guys in the back being tested.
Yeah.
If I follow this agreement, you have no right of appeal of your case. Do you understand?
Yes.
How do you plead to this? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty. Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty voluntarily? That is on your own free will and because you are guilty.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to show you here what Martha States Exhibit 1. Show you what's Martha States Exhibit 1. Did you sign that document voluntarily, understand it, discuss it with your attorney, or the contents all true and correct?
Yes, sir.
States Exhibit 1, 10.
No objection.
Not objection, did you? This states you are mentally competent to enter your guilty plea. It's free and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. The indictment's been read to you. You've read it. You are guilty of the crime charged in any lesser included offenses. You are giving up your rights to a jury trial and the rights to the appearance, confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses. You were totally satisfied with the representation provided by your lawyer. All of this is true. It states, so help you God. Is the
Yes, sir.
Look at that bottom line. That's your signature? Just your two letters of your name, LB, that's your signature? That's what you normally use?
Yes, sir.
Let me see your driver's license.
I got a picture of it. I lost my old.
What's on the picture?
It's actually a no.
How long have you lost your driver's license? You gotta get that done.
About 3 weeks.
You think?
I have to move my address.
Meanwhile, while you're doing that, State's Exhibit 1 is admitted and for all purposes. And find You are pleading guilty voluntarily. You are mentally competent to do so. You understand and appreciate the consequences of pleading guilty. There's sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. But we're ready to move forward today. But the court is going to instead.
License to issue.
I will differ the paper too.
Instead, place you on deferred or unadjudicated probation for 5 years. There will be terms and conditions of probation, including restitution in the amount of $5,800, which you will be primarily responsible for 2,900. But if the co-defendant fails to be able to pay their share, each of you are separately and jointly liable for the amount, then you would end up having to be just as responsible as him. But what we normally do is hold them accountable for their share. And other terms and conditions of probation, which will be normal and customary. Are you working somewhere?
Yes.
Where?
I do. Rough hour. Gotta fix it, but back wing.
Well, okay, at the end of the day, do you make a handsome income?
It's not bad with me. I live free.
How much you gonna be able to pay like a month for this?
The money has, that's all I'll be able to pay it.
Oh,
Pay it off.
He said he's fine to pay off first.
okay, we'll get the 2,900 and then we're gonna wait and see on the other difference. Okay, please see the probation officer. Thank you. What are you gonna do, James?
I'm waiting on the question.
Yes.
That, Mr. That is,
You are who?
I'm James. Oh,
I'm talking to
I'm sorry.
You are.
You were looking at this.
Cody Nails. Okay.
I'll call you to tell you the time.
And as you know, you're charged
Yes.
with a third-degree felony operating a motor vehicle in a public place while intoxicated. It's a third-degree felony, but there's another prior conviction that's alleged. So if this is all true, you are looking at up to 20 years in prison. And let's see.
Makes it a second.
Yeah, these probable cause affidavits are interesting because, like for instance, this one says a blood draw was made. But it's a probable cause, but it doesn't show what was in the blood.
I can tell you that.
What was the probable cause to release him if it's not listed in the probable cause? I think. As long as a blood draw, there's nothing.
127.
Right.
Okay, alcohol. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah. It doesn't say it's stated in the probable cause, which
It doesn't always.
what's the probable cause?
Well, I mean, they can develop probable cause from the field sobriety tests and observations at the scene.
What are you going to
That's
do?
exactly what they did in this. I just need 30 days. I have an offer from the state. I'm going to sit down and relate to my client. We'll make our announcement on the next date, Your Honor.
That's it, huh?
Yes, Your Honor.
Dion Showmate. I see that looks like that's been reset. Hey, what have we been doing with Willie Coward?
Willie Coward's a hearing judge.
Okay.
There's some strange facts, background on that, but
Welcome to every case in this room.
Oh, yes, sir.
You would ask Mr. Thomas's bond. On the failure to register case, his bond is $15,000. And on the obstruction or retaliation case, it's $8,500.
And Judge, Mr. Eckhart said that he would give me discovery in the new case, but I don't have discovery in that case, although I do the dated register case.
All right, let's deal with that. That's, to me, the issue. The defendant, whether he failed in the past, as reflected in the indictment to register, that's one issue that really isn't timely right now. The question is, no one posts a bond. The bond, the first element of requirements of bond is don't commit a crime. Every moment he has failed to comply with sex offender registration is a crime. And I want to know what proof is it that supports, after what I've heard here, that supports he has complied with sex offender registration. Until I can see that, his bond is full. He stays in jail. So you're not going to continue to, you have a continuing duty, according to the information this court has, to comply with bond, comply with sex offender registration. And you're not walking out of this room without proof that you are complying at this time.
Judge, I think that when he made bond in that sex offender registration case, that from that point forward, he was properly registered in Beaumont.
Just to give him a birthday, do something come.
So I think since he's made bond in that case, he has properly registered here where he's been living.
Okay, the state's comfortable with the information you have that supports that statement, or you wouldn't have made it.
Yes.
And we're talking 2014, I believe.
It doesn't matter, David. He has a continuing duty.
Yes, sir. I understand
But after talking to him, the message I got, the information I got after English language here was he wasn't registered. You have to carry around proof of it when it's asked of you.
Yes, sir.
So you have to figure out how to get that. That's your business. You got to carry around like a driver's license. And then your driver's license, was it your driver's license that was an issue too?
I've been trying to get a Texas one, but every time I go down there to the place, they say they need 3 and 4 proofs of identification. And one of my wallets got stolen with my social security card.
And you can't operate a motor vehicle on my watch. Again, if you're operating a motor vehicle without a driver's license, a valid driver's license, that's a crime. That's condition 1 of your bond. You got to follow the rules, like we all have to. I got to follow the rules too, but I'll be darned if I'm going to follow them and you're not. Everybody's in the boat together. That's the law.
Mr. Thomas, do you have a Louisiana driver's license?
That's what I was telling him. I didn't want to get no trouble. That's why.
Okay.
Where is it?
It's in the red car at Neil. I was supposed to go there the day after. The car just got towed.
And after that wreck, you left?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're ordered to come back tomorrow with the information.
Yes,
you
sir.
don't come back tomorrow with the information, your bond will be revoked. A warrant will be issued for your arrest on these 2 cases. And you need to be back here and you have to produce a valid driver's license. Do you understand? Yeah, sir. You're supposed to have it on you and you don't. You can say that. I could say that. Yeah. Oh, I've got one. It's in Alaska. Well, good. Thank you. That helps. That's verification. Or on Mars, something like that. Just, it needs to be in your possession if you're going to operate a motor vehicle.
Yes, sir.
Period. All right. We'll see you back tomorrow on tomorrow.
So
okay. What else? MTRP with Willie Coward. All right. Is Mr. Coward?
He's in custody.
Judge, you need to get some information about this guy.
Which guy?
Coward. This is the individual that more or less went to TDC, basically told his supervising officer with probation that he didn't want to report, that he had credit for his time and wasn't going to report. So once he was released from TDC, the first month that he did not report is when this revocation, right. So that's when this revocation was filed. The problem is that there is a restitution owed, about $4,000 something. And so we don't, either way, we're going to have to, cut a loss somewhere, I think is our problem in this case.
Okay. Ready to go on this?
Yes, sir. And I would ask, since we have the probation officer.
Hold on. Let's call the case.
Okay.
18-30013 is called the State of Texas versus Willie Franklin Coward Jr. Is that you?
Yes.
present with Mr. Grove, your attorney, and the state's attorney. Now, there is before the court a motion to revoke probation. It was filed August 11th, 2023, actually going on 2 years. And does the defendant waive a formal reading of this? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, Your Honor.
And raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any statement you make during this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Lord. In summary, this indictment states that on September 9th, 2019, you were sentenced to 10 years in this court, and that was probated for 10 years for the state jail felony of theft. There must have been prior convictions that elevated it to a
Yes.
pleaded true to paragraphs.
It was the amount, I
1
believe.
and
Judge.
2. So 1 and 2, 2012. Okay. So it was the punishment was enhanced to third-degree felony punishment because those were 2 prior convictions on the same day. And it was a state jail felony, but it's punished as though it were a third-degree felony because of your prior convictions in paragraphs 1 and 2 of paragraphs 2 and 3 of the indictment. And then allegation 1 states you failed to report to the Jefferson County Probation Office on or about April 6, 2023 in violation of condition 4 of your probation order, which says you must report timely. And number 2 alleges in the motion that you failed to report to the probation office on or about April 27 in violation of your probation order. And how do you plead to those allegations 1 and 2, failing to report as required, true or untrue?
It's true, Your Honor.
Or is it true?
Yes, sir.
Wait. I guess.
I've been in prison, Your Honor. I was trying to give you this for the last time I was here.
Yeah, we need everybody present to deal with that. And the probation office, everybody needs to be dealing with this. Since you were sentenced to prison in 2019, were you ever released? You've been in prison since 2019? You're under oath. You're under oath, sir.
1 month I was out, a little better than a month.
Which month was that?
Your Honor, Mr. Cowart was paroled April 6th of 2023. He was sent a letter of correspondence to his last known address at that time in which.
Were you paroled on that in April of 2023? So you were released from prison?
Yes.
And for how long were you released?
I wasn't released. I sit through the half.
How long were you?
I don't know.
Your Honor.
A year?
No, it was a month.
1 month? 2 months?
About a month and a half, 2 months.
About a month and a half.
Okay.
And it was in April?
I went to see my family and went to turn myself in.
Okay, what you required to, condition 4 is, say, of your probation order. Okay.
Judge, I'm not.
Hold on, David. Let me get to something here so we can put it on the record. This was a cap of 4 years on the deal. You could have been sentenced to 4 years in prison, but I gave you a opportunity for probation on this. In spite of what I'm looking at, you're 1, 2, 3, 4-page criminal history and the public safety report that the court is reviewing. The report is directed by your probation officer and obey all rules and regulations of the Jefferson County Probation Office. And I guess the probation officer who's here will support that when you were released, you were you had to report, which was on or about April 27th, 2023. And
Your Honor, may I interject?
Yeah.
Your Honor, when Mr. Cowart was
paroled on April 6th of 2023. He was paroled to a halfway house here in Beaumont.
Okay, hold on. How was he paroled? He was sentenced to 10 years in prison, probated for 10 years.
On a different case.
When he was placed on probation, he went from Jefferson County to Hardin County to Orange County to TDCJ.
Okay, two other jurisdictions dealt with him on cases, and then he was sentenced to prison on two other cases from two other jurisdictions.
Yes, sir.
But meanwhile, his probation was still pending and
Rolling.
valid here in Jefferson County for him to serve when he was released from prison from those other two cases.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And at that point in time, after his probation, Mr. Cowart sent numerous correspondence to the court asking for revocation. However, we had no violations because he's been incarcerated.
Yeah, we got one now.
Yes, sir. And when I learned of his parole, he was sent a letter on April the 10th, which prompted a telephone call. I'm sorry, April 10th of 2023. It prompted a telephone call from Mr. Cowart on April 25th of 2023, in which he informed me he had no intention to comply with probation nor parole. And we discussed the fact that we had no violations, and he advised that he would not show up. Therefore, we set an administrative hearing. I advised him of the hearing over the phone.
And that was 2 days later?
Yes, sir. It was set for April 27th of 2023. He failed to appear for that hearing. The hearing was sent to the court and the motion was filed. He was arrested on April the 3rd of 2023 on a parole violation.
Hold on.
Which sent him back to TDCJ.
April 3rd?
Are you sure?
I'm sorry, May 3rd.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, my apologies. He was arrested May 3rd of 2023 on his parole violation.
It looks like the week after
Yes, sir.
the 27th that he was to report.
Yes, sir.
And so is that why he had a bench warrant to get him here for these hearings?
I don't know. That's 23. This is 25. Where have you been from?
He's been incarcerated
On
that
which
makes
charge?
sense.
Those ones out of
on the
out of
paroles.
other districts?
Yes, sir.
But that was a retainer on me from February.
Yeah, now that makes sense, Judge, because I think one issue that was raised in the last time we were here was that
77 days, correct?
right, that he was brought here on a bench warrant, which didn't track with him, not reporting and being able to actually report like he was supposed to. But now that makes
through Jeannie's evidence in her discussions with the defendant.
right. But I'm saying last time we were confused about whether or not he had ever been released or how long he had been. So now that makes sense.
From probation's calculations, how long had he been a free man, released from prison and was out and about?
April 6th of 2023 until May 3rd of 2023, roughly
Almost a month.
30 days, 27 days.
And he has 270 something days credit.
70.
And in 2019, when I went in front of the Orange County judge, I talked to my lawyer, asked him to sentence me to 5 years. I asked him, I said,
Wait, that. And I'm sure that's an interesting story, but I don't think it has anything to do with me in this case. That's all we're worried about is what would that have to do with this?
Stevens.
Yeah, that's something with y'all. And what is it about this case that I put you on probation for and the terms of probation that you were supposed to follow that allegedly you failed to do? That's all that's relevant. How much is restitution on this?
Your Honor, the restitution amount is $4,280.12.
And it goes to whom? The complainant.
We were just talking about that. It's not an insurance company. It's a
what was the circumstances?
I have the PSI report, Your Honor.
Let me see. I'm looking. I've got it.
Oh.
County Home and Outdoors in Needham.
It's a business, I believe Mrs. Law said, out close by the jail.
It says Cowart and McDaniel admitted they were responsible for taking those items.
I don't think he's ever had a problem with admitting his responsibility, but making amends for it is a whole nother
Are
story.
you clear from those other districts right now? Have you finished serving those sentences?
Yes. Judge, basically, as I understand it, besides the possible 1 month or so that he has been out under some terms, he's been incarcerated since he was placed on probation back in 2019. And he's been in the whole time. Now, one of the things in past conversations, and I did not get brought into this until relatively recently. And in fact, because we're talking about 2019, that was after 7 years. The file that I had from back when I represented him back in 2018 and 2019 was destroyed.
The
Because I saw
dog
no
didn't
reason
eat
to
your
keep it.
homework.
What?
The dog didn't eat your homework.
No, sir, it was destroyed because it was 7 years and I under
But we can put all that together.
But anyway, so trying to reconstruct this has been difficult. I think Ms. LeBlanc understands it because she's had to deal with it.
It seems clear now. After listening to her, we know where we are on things. My feeling here in impulse is to get him going on probation so he can active probation to complete this thing so he can get the people paid back who I'm sensitive about victims. And there's $4,000+ here of loss.
The only problem with that, Judge, is that he's made it very clear with Ms. LeBlanc that he has no intention of doing probation.
Okay. Well,
if that's not true, then
if that's true, then it would be easy. It would be easy and we wouldn't be wasting a lot of time. But my impulse is to give him a chance to help fix this for once in his life and be successful on something here, pay these people back who are owed, and move on with his life and do better.
Well, Judge,
but everybody has free will, and that's where we're going to be, Mr. Coward. We're going to ask you.
Yeah, as I said,
to be able to. You're going to be under oath here, or if you say, I refuse to follow the terms and conditions of probation, which include restitution. It'll make it real simple today, and it'll be cut and dry. But I'm giving you a chance to take the honorable route.
Judge, there may be some other factors that might be mitigating. Do you have any medical conditions that keep you from being able to work?
Yes. I've got a plate with 6 screws in my neck.
Okay, we're going to raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm that the statements you make during this hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Will help God. Lower your hand.
All right, now I know that we could make this go on for hours, but
we don't.
But to be rather and to get to
when
the
did
point,
you get?
what are your problems?
Yeah. Well,
what are your medical problems?
My medical problems. I wrote this out. I got a plate and 6 screws in my neck. I fell 20 feet head first on concrete.
When?
Hurricane Ike. Was at Meterland Apostolic Church working and I fell off the scaffold. Got a plate and 6 screws in my neck. I got a rod plate and 7 screws in my left arm. I got a lumbar on the side of my shoes and L4, L5, S1. I have 7 pins in my right foot. I got stabbed in prison in my left eye with a key. I got mental issues that I don't even know. I've asked them since 1999 what's going on with me. The last time I was here, I had like a spell. They say it's Asperger's. I don't know. They said it's conversion disorder. I don't know. Another one was I took a psychology class just to find out what's wrong with me. You know, and I got a certificate on Adobo that they just started in prison last year. I feel like it's an epinephrine mixture that's gone awry or something because it happens all
Is that your medical diagnosis?
Yeah,
extensive training.
Basically, yeah.
Well, while you've got these diagnoses, though, you got those from the Texas Department of Criminal Justice while you were incarcerated.
Right.
It's not like you were out seeing a
No.
seeing a doctor at a hospital or something like that. It was while you were incarcerated. And these are the things during the regular course of treating you as an inmate that you saw these medical people.
Yes, sir. I explained my symptoms and this was, though they said it was Asperger's, but it would take a while to get a definitive diagnosis. My nerve pain in my right leg and you don't go down no further my butt cheek. I don't know what it is, but I can't stand up very long. It's killing me right now. But as far as working, I couldn't honestly tell you that I could go out and make that kind of money and live,
Well, I think you can. I've lived long enough to know that people don't have to be able to ambulate extensively to earn a living, a very good living. Your cases in the other districts, what were those?
And
In Orange County and Hardin County, is that right? What were those? Because that's not in your motion to revoke probation. I don't have that. Yeah, nor do I have that in the indictment. I don't think, unless it's.
Are you registered?
Your Honor, I believe they may have been the.
I think he's right. And he was
Oh, here it is.
he was required to register, and then he had from a 1991 sexual assault of a child. Then he had a registration in Hardin County.
Oh, okay.
Is that right?
I believe.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what you were in prison for here
Yes,
after this case was, I guess,
yes.
disposed of. What about, was that in Hardin or Orange?
Hardin was,
What was Hardin County?
like job ticket, failure to.
You don't go to prison for failing to pay a
Yes, I
ticket.
didn't go to prison from Hardin County. I just got time served.
I think he's describing a misdemeanor, and the registration offense must have been out of Orange.
Okay. You're, whether you like it or not, what I want to do is get these people paid back, and you haven't told me anything that impresses me about a problem that would render you unable to make an income, sir, except your unwillingness to work. There are people who have far greater issues than yours that are self-sufficient, who do fine. It's just a matter of you wanting to do something which is different from your rich criminal history, which includes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 prior convictions for credit or debit card abuse, where you misuse those kinds of things. And then this case that you were placed on probation for theft. You're not going to flim flam me. Your life has been a series of dishonest crimes. You're going to go out and do something we all ought to do, and that is work. Be self-sufficient. Quit whining about problems that aren't serious. Everybody's got issues. None of us are perfect. We nonetheless work with them and around them because we have a desire to be self-sufficient. If you don't want to work, you tell me. We can end this one really quick, and we can send you back, which would be a result of sending you back to prison. But I want to give you a chance and the victim to get some money back so you can do something that you haven't done in a long time, and that's act with responsibility and pay somebody back for the harm you caused. You see anything wrong with that plan? Don't look at him. I'm talking to you. You're the defendant. You see anything wrong with that plan? You just don't have a desire to do the right thing, do you? At the end of the day, you don't want to do the right thing, do you?
I've done 6 years in prison for this.
No, you still owe somebody a loss, sir.
This is like stacking my sentences, ain't it?
Did you read that in the books too? That's not what it is. Restitution is a separate of the
So
justice
it's just
system.
about money then?
It's somebody else's loss. How do you fix that for somebody?
You
You got to pay them back. Do you think that person who's out $4,000 feels, oh, I've been paid back since he stayed in prison? That's not the way it works, sir. But you've been in prison for other crimes, not this one. You were placed on probation. Now, we can figure a way where if that's what you want, to go to prison to serve this one, but you hadn't been given prison for that. You're getting credit for time you have served in conjunction with this case, but it's 277 days. You've served your prison sentence for Hardin County and Orange County. You haven't served your prison sentence in this because you haven't been placed in prison yet. You've been on probation. Now, the question is, what do we do here on this case? There are these two cases that we can move forward on. Are we ready to proceed on these failures to report allegations?
No, I tried my way one of those.
Well, then you can represent yourself.
Judge, if I could just have less than a minute. You believe that you have served 2 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, day for day, on this case that's in front of Judge Stevens. Is that correct?
He hadn't been revoked yet. He's on probation. But he'll get credit for time served.
What he's trying to communicate, not the fact that he
doesn't decide whether that's satisfied.
No, sir, but
the law says you served 10 years. It's up to the parole people to decide how much of that you are rewarded. But you're still on probation. You haven't been revoked. You have credit for 277 days, but that's not 3,650 days, which is 10 years.
Well, not to get a 4-year count. What is going on here, man?
You were sentenced to 10 years in prison, probated for 10 years. Isn't that correct, sir?
No, with 4-year count.
Sir, you were sentenced to 10 years in prison, probated for 10, correct, sir?
Snap your W-2 and file your taxes 100.
We now call several cases. Yes. The defendant is Sinjin Trent Lamar. Was that you?
Yes, sir.
With Mr. West, your attorney and the state's attorney. Is that? Five faces. It's just one of those steps. See.
Judge just exposed a major loophole. Commit 6 crimes, still get 1 sentence? He's not having it today. This is where courts push back, reminding everyone that every victim matters.
Yep. Yes. Hold on, let me get them order. Just. All right. In the numerical sequence they are in, we begin with 22,397,61. And it looks as though these are all second amended motions to revoke probation, except we have a new case, 24 CR 1681, burglary of a building.
That's correct.
Is that right? Oh. So for the record again, what are we going to do?
Your Honor, this is a case where in July of this year 25, we had a revocation. You continued him on probation. In September, he was arrested and locked up in Orange County, and has since then, was it 24? 24, okay, yeah. I'm sorry, not 25. July of 24, September 24, he was locked up in Orange County, has done his time over there, pled guilty, and did 10 months state jail. What was the offense over there? Under controlled substance. And so since September of 24, he's been in custody, and we're just asking the court to give him time comparable to that. So we can just put these cases on and be done, and then we can plea out the new case concurrently with that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we're requesting.
Nearly $35,000 gone, and not a single payment made. The judge is clearly irritated. Packaging all charges together might make legal sense to the defense, but morally, it's a hard sell.
Before I say something, go ahead.
The 2 years on all of them, the maximum, even on the new case as well. He owes restitution in 22-39761. Restitution was ordered in the amount of $8,683.09. In 0680, there was $17,700 that was ordered. In 0681, there was $2,000 that was ordered. And 0682, there was $2,633.34 that was ordered. And in the new case, it's approximately $3,706.59.
How much was paid?
I don't believe you said anything.
What's the grand total?
Where'd you go? Don't know you.
You may need to kind of add that up. Huh? Do we have if you'll give us the numbers, we'll do it.
Okay.
37. You have a calculator?
He owes
You have a calculator?
$683.
I'm sorry. Begin. In numericals
Okay.
sequence.
Around 37,000, but there's 8,683.09. And
let's start off with 20. Is it 23 CR 680?
That's 17,700.
Yes.
Flat $17,700 and 680.
Yes, Your Honor.
681.
$2,000.
682.
$2,633.34. $2,633.34. Yes, ma'am.
And in
61.
The first one, 22,397.61. I missed that.
It's $8,683.09.
And then finally, we have a new case, correct, 24/1681. Is there any restitution on that?
Yes, Your Honor. It's $3,706.59.
All right. So did you get all of that?
Yes, sir.
You're around 41,000, something like that.
18. Let's say it's 1929, about 32.
No, it'd be
about 34. 34,500. Anybody have a calculator? Just add it. Can y'all add that?
Should be the numbers I do.
34,000. I'm sorry, $34,022, and then it's like 20.
No, it's going to be 34,000 and it's going to be a little over $34,000. I would place the number sensing state.
And I wasn't even in the running.
34,722. So these people are just out all that money. And he wants a package deal of 2 years for everything.
Well, that's the maximum.
Do I look at Santa Claus?
That's
the max you can receive, Your Honor.
Max you can receive.
You got a new case.
That 2 years on that as well. I mean,
I can stack them. That one and the others. I think the people would want to know why not. Right? He hadn't paid a dime, and so he wants a package on this. He can commit all these offenses, but all these offenses, doesn't have to pay back any loss, and he packages them. The question is, what message do we send? The message that we're sending here is, if you're going to commit a crime, commit a bunch of.
That line is going viral. The judge just sent a message straight to the streets. Stacking crimes won't reduce accountability here. Viewers, listen. This is judicial frustration in full force.
Commit a bunch of them and you get them all wrapped up in one little package. If you get caught and if you're held accountable, 6 is equivalent to 1.
Well, Your Honor.
Isn't that the message? Isn't that the message? Do you think that people think that's amusing? I don't think victims do.
The other option is continue them on probation and see if you can make some payments between now and whatever set of time in the future. And
here's what I'm planning to do. Here's what I want to do. All these burglars on these motions, we'll put all that together, and 2 years on all of that to run concurrently. The other one, I'm putting him back on probation on the last one, and so he can pay $34,000, $722 to these people, and that would be a case where he starts probation and hopefully he can do well. And if he doesn't, then this is a state jail felony, 2 over 5, and it runs with the probation, with the restitution. It's only right and fair. I don't understand we're not going to give a message. The more crimes you commit, the less you're held accountable. That defies logic. The people don't think that's reasonable. And y'all can do whatever you want, but I'm not going to. If y'all are going to do this, if you don't want to do it, we'll just deal with it separately and we'll hold a hearing on it. And then I guess these sentences can be stacked, can't they?
then not the revocations, they have to be all run concurrently because they've pled that way, but the new case can be stacked on top, yes.
It's only the right thing to do.
Do we want to set it for an official formal hearing then, or
what do you want to do?
Well,
yeah, it's y'all's choice.
I don't know. I don't think the state's offering probation on the new one. That's the problem. So I can't.
He hasn't paid anything since 2023 on that, Your Honor.
The judge is trying to balance justice with opportunity. He's willing to offer probation only if the defendant proves he can pay back the victims. One last shot before the hammer drops.
I don't see where he's somehow going to then start paying on any other case.
No, but that's why we put him on probation for this other one. If he fails, he can go to prison. He can go to jail for another 2 years. It won't be stacked. It would run consecutive to these other ones. If he does fine, he's fine. It pays it back. But if he doesn't, then you gotta have some hammer over it, and you can do it. You can do an additional 2 years on this last one. That's if you fail. But it's the right thing to do. You gotta pay these people back. You just can't come in and I'm not going to be the poster child for that. If you're going to commit one crime, commit 6, and we package them together. You have to be held accountable for each crime. Each person has a victim. Each person was a victim. Each person has their own worth and value and loss. You don't treat people like that. Like they're had by the dozens. That's not right. I'm not going to stand for that. What do you want to do? That's what we'll do. We'll get this thing.
I think we need to set it for a hearing next. I don't know if the state's going to agree to that. So we would, but I don't think the state would. So I think we just need to set it for
What's wrong with the state's plan on that? You were going to put it all together, weren't you?
Yes. Well, we'll just, on the other one, Your Honor, if you want to, we'll, just end up trying it, I guess.
Why would we do that? Well, why not?
Because that can be stacked as well.
Why not? How else are we going to get money back for these people?
Well, I talked with the victims on these, and they explained that you ain't going to get blood out of a turnip, and
maybe
this individual is going to cost the county more money by placing him on probation and continuing to.
No, I thought the probationers paid for the fees. That's the way it's supposed to work. That's why the taxpayers don't get them. They have to pay fees, and if he doesn't pay his fees, and he could, then he gets revoked and goes 2 years.
I think we just set it for a hearing and let you make the decision. That way the states, they can stay with their position.
A hearing on what, John? The whole thing?
Yeah. On the revocation. If they're not willing to offer probation for that, if they're not offering it, then we can't accept it. But we can ask you for it.
So nothing's been done today. I don't understand. I don't understand that. I mean, what's the state's plan?
Well, Your Honor,
I'm
he's paid
confused.
$0 on the probation amount.
That's why he gets revoked, and we're going to add all of these to this new case and
And-
see what happens if he doesn't come through. Then he's got another 2 years.
He committed this new case while he was on probation
Yes,
for
sir.
the other, and I feel like he's going to do the exact same thing when he gets on.
Well, then
probation.
then it would be then it would be it would run separately. It's not going to run concurrently with the other ones. It stands alone. He either rises or falls on his performance, and if he fails, then he gets another 2 years stacked on top of this collection of 2 years on this other one. That was y'all had made that deal. That's what y'all are running that concurrent. What I'm trying to do is it's a win-win for everybody if he pays back. If he doesn't, then it's still a win-win for the state. If he fails, come back and it could be revoked and he could be sentenced to an additional 2 years if you don't pay. But it's a way for the people to get paid back.
I think, Your Honor, another option we have is that he can plead true to this revocation date. You can revoke him. That's completely on your terms completely. And then we can plead open to the new one. And that takes the state out of it completely. That way they don't have to, they can make an argument with.
Yeah, but I don't
It's up to you.
understand I don't understand why this doesn't make sense to the state to give the people opportunity. I mean, the probation or it sounds like y'all resolved that as he's going to get revoked and he's going to serve 2 years. But then all of that $34,722, that's lost. That goes down the toilet. But that's not what I want. We add this, we apply it to the new case and give him a chance to pay back. If he fails, then he will get another 2 years. He could be subject to another 2 years state jail. And that, I think he's tired of staying in jail. Man, I think he might be motivated to do something here.
Yes, sir.
That helps you and the people. Well, I don't understand why not. That thing. I mean, isn't that a win-win for y'all? He'll pick up a fifth conviction, and he does his time. He goes back and tries to pay back. If he fails, then he's back before me, and I think he gets a sense of my feeling about all of this. I expect you to work and pay these people back, sir.
Yeah.
What do you think?
He's up in but we play up and sign.
Your Honor, if I can get a second to do the paperwork, I can get that done.
Huge red flag moment. Attempting to influence a witness is a direct path to jail. Judges take victim tampering extremely seriously, and he's reminding everyone this courtroom won't tolerate it.
Okay. Alvin Lawrence, is that you?
Yes, sir.
25 CR 852?
Judge, he's electing to set his case for trial.
Who is the person who is the victim here? Girlfriend?
Ex-girlfriend.
Okay. Have y'all talked to her at all? Has the state talked to the victim lately?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because I've done this long enough. I know what's.
She's not cooperating, so I'm going to prove this up without her.
Okay. Okay. I find out you've communicated with the victim. I'll do what we did yesterday. Put you in jail like we did the other person. The rules are you do not communicate, nor anyone on your behalf communicate with the victim. I know what goes on a lot of times. People don't follow the rules. That's why they're in this court for the most part. But one of the rules they really abuse is trying to get with the victims to change their stories, which would be inappropriate.
So that the court is aware. I've known about the victims not wanting to cooperate. He's got to.
Let me know if you can prove something, and we'll bring him up here and we'll deal with it so that your head would spin.
I want to cover the offer on the record if I could, Judge.
Court does not tolerate the rules not being followed. You cannot try to intimidate or change. The victim asked for this And then later on, people try to make them feel guilty, which is backwards. And it is a criminal offense for you to try to influence this person in any way. And I just I would welcome the presentment of any proof and get him back here as soon as possible so we could deal with that, like we deal with the man that's in prison now for what he did the other day, trying to influence the victim, his girlfriend, in that trial.
This man is not eligible for probation from a jury as a felony conviction. I've offered him probation in an attempt to try to resolve it. If when we get to trial, that will not be offered. He will only be looking at either winning or going to prison.
And we have had conversations about that, Judge. He's aware.
That's the moment the deal died. One disrespectful gesture, and now the defendant faces full trial with zero leniency. Judges control the room, and he just proved it.
Okay, well then the deal's off.
Yes, sir.
He had a chance. He's had his chance. Be quiet. I'm speaking. Thank you, sir. You had your chance, and we're going to go to trial. And the victim cases have been proven without a victim being present, and it gets out during the trial what's happening and why the victim is not present, and the jury's understands. And they have a history of making certain kinds of decisions. They don't find that amusing at all. So it's deals off. There's no deal. Set it for trial. It will be set for trial. And that is that. Next is Alvin Lawrence. Yeah, that's you.
If I may make a oral request, he is on an ankle monitor. If I could request to have that taken off.
State objects.
Tia Ballard was next. Get her resetting for trial. Do you have another one? Is that in? Yes. James Pageant.
Haven't seen him yet, so.
Have you talked to your attorney today?
Texted him, he has not replied. I just texted him when I got here when I told him he wasn't here.
Okay, well, we're going to have to.
Even the attorney gets called out. Court time is taxpayer time. When professionals don't show up, judges see that as disrespect to the system and the victims.
Said it. I mean, he should be here, and that's too bad. You waste a lot of time.
Yes, sir.
The court could have had another case that we would have dealt with, but he hadn't called us or anything.
I was like, would you like me to call him to see how far?
No, that's not the way it works. He should be here, and actually, in most courts, lawyers get sanctioned for not being here on time, or at least calling and alerting us, because that's not the way it should be.
Yes.
I'm going to reset this.
Yes, sir.
For week after next. Sorry that your time was wasted.
Okay, sorry to you.
We have it's a bond hearing.
Sir, I filed a motion requested bond.
Read 'em out, please. Thank you. 15-23549 is going to look.
Good.
On the state on this, what are y'all doing on the cocaine allegation that was tested positive? Are y'all gonna do
I
something?
think they're still waiting on the lab on that one.
The new alleged.
We've got two cases. We've got two different dates of problems, don't we?
Yes, sir.
You're Calvin Lawrence. You're Calvin Lawrence. You're charged here in a motion to revoke probation that was filed on September 29th of this year, which alleges that you were on probation a long time too.
Yes, sir.
That you committed the offense of illegal possession of a controlled substance on or about June 18th, 2025. And you failed to immediately report to your probation office your arrest on that you were required to do as a condition of probation. And then finally, a urine sample of yours was tested on or about April 29th of 2025, which is 2 months before you are alleged to have committed the illegal possession of controlled substance. And on April 29th, your urine was tested at the probation office, I guess.
Yes, sir.
And it tested positive for cocaine, which is a violation of your probation. Let's see.
And alcohol is what you're on that day.
And why only do one wrong thing when you can do two?
What she kind of do is
I looked at the probable cause affidavit on this June 18th, 25. All right. Go ahead.
Commissioner, we are requesting a bond for Mr. Lewis. He is on deferred adjudicated probation. Essentially, he's been doing well for 9.5 years of the 10-year probation. He did express, he did relapse earlier this year, in which I believe he did express that to his probation officer prior to him taking the drug test, in which he made them aware that he would be positive and was seeking some help. Mr. Lewis, prior to these relapses, had done exceptionally well to complete everything that was required of him. He was actually running a halfway house, sober living home for several years, Your Honor, and actually ran or managed the cafe here at the courthouse downstairs for several years. Your Honor, we're just asking that while this motion is pending and while we're awaiting any results of this new alleged offense, that he be granted a bond along with any conditions that the court may deem necessary, such as a drug patch, things of that nature, while the motion is pending, so that we can hopefully get his case disposed of soon.
What's the state?
Yes.
And I believe he just also, what was that?
So that was
On September 25th, Your Honor, he also tested positive for cocaine as well.
That's on July 24th as well.
Is that different from what's involved?
Yes. These two were after that.
You're going to add, or you're going to add?
Yes,
that to it?
yes, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we've got two other events.
I believe there was another offense, from July 24th, 2025, of possession of controlled substance.
Well, no, the judge who was very good to him.
Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
What can we be ready for a motion hearing on this?
We can be ready on we're still waiting on the labs on the possession of controlled substance, but we can be ready on the others pretty much anytime. Where he tested positive for alcohol, cocaine, and then they failed to report the new arrest.
3 weeks?
Yes, sir.
3 weeks? Let's have a hearing. You're not going to wait long. I'm going to rule on this.
Judges, he's not entitled to a bond based on the type of probation that he's on.
Is that right?
Deferred.
Say it again.
I believe he's on deferred adjudicated probation. I believe he is entitled to a bond.
Yeah, I know that. I thought you said he wasn't entitled to it.
Oh, no. That's it.
Yeah, $50,000
Okay.
plus drug patch. But this won't. We're going to have a hearing in 3 weeks, and it'll conclude all of this. One way or the other. Y'all can get the motion amended so that we give the defense all the information. Very disappointed. I thought we were going to be successful on this. I'm very disappointed. This is
Yeah, I don't know anymore. People don't understand that the hurt that was on me. Okay, I admit to some things. But to sit there and use your platform to attack people and get away with it, maybe I don't want to be a part of this platform anymore. All I know is that I'm trying to do my thing on here. It probably is, Linda. I just don't think a lot of things were taken out of context too. I think too. It's in Spawn. See, somehow I got a membership to Spawn, so I watched the one live that he did, members only, where he talked about what happened to me and happened to Max. It was propaganda, being used for propaganda, exactly like he said, being used for propaganda. And I put in the comments that what happened hurts me so deep that I don't even know if I want to continue doing this. You know, I'm on here every day trying to do something different. I think I found my thing with doing the court thing, but knowing that they're still out there, still could come after me for something. I don't know. So I guess I just keep on moving on, I guess. Tomorrow is Judge Anna Maria Anzalone. Somebody new I picked up recently as a judge. Let me tell you something. It's not easy scheduling all these, what days, what judges, but at least I'm trying. I guess I'll go to sleep tonight thinking about it. I'll probably forget about it. That's true too. That's true. That's true. I'm having a little bit of difficulty what I'm going to do about moderators. Now, I haven't seen our friend John in here for a while. I think he's got bigger fish to fry than. But I was thinking about this when I was coming back from doing something in the bedroom. That's exactly what the two fleas wanted. They wanted their case dismissed. That's why they did all the delay tactics and all this other stuff, avoiding service, avoiding everything, so they get the case dismissed. I think the judge made a big mistake. I'm sure Randy's going to appeal it. I'm sure Randy will appeal it. That just means that if they won the Fed 2 case or they got the case dismissed, all that's going to do is just let them keep running their mouth. Unfortunately, I don't listen to them because they're garbage. And I don't listen to that. But that's it for today. Tomorrow is Judge Anzalone, Anne Marie Anzalone. That ought to be interesting. I like Judge Stevens too. There's quite a few of these judges I actually have respect for. Belitho and Jeremy Hale, I do not have any respect. They should have been nipped in the bud months ago. That's true too. That's true too. So that's it for today. I broadcast every day at 3 o'clock p.m. Central, 4 o'clock Eastern. I don't know what time on the West Coast. 1 o'clock on the East Coast, on the West Coast. 1 or 2 o'clock on the West Coast. I'm not, they're 3 hours behind us. So it's still dark, it's getting dark here, which means where Linda is, it's still daylight. So that's it for today. I will see you guys tomorrow. If you like this content that's on this channel, please do me a big favor. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, and subscribe to this channel. Showing this channel growing makes a very positive attitude of this channel. I don't know what I just said, but I'm gonna go ahead and call this one. So I'm going to go ahead and call this one. I will see you guys tomorrow. You all have a wonderful evening. Ta-ta and ciao ciao, and have a good one. What in the hell?